Una where they watch me, this na quick message on the mpox sick na salon where they come out from Liberty Online TV. As of today, the case dem na salon just they go up. For make sure so you no get this sick, National Public Health Agency don't say before wash we and all thing. Avoid the push shaken and up, and not go near person where get the signs them of mpox. And say, if you sabi anybody will get eye fever or rash and body, make him rush go na hospital one time. This message come to you from Liberty Online TV.
I think currently I have a thing for Vicky Remo.
Hello viewers, we don't bring different content then to you, and we know the tire for make the content then where you like. And now we dey bring fun and shorts with Adri. This na game show also your favorite celebrity, social media influencers, students, and other people play game they like, truth and shots, charades, riddles, and other game there where you self go learn from. This content will come to you every Sunday, 9 o'clock na net. Now all the Liberty Online TV social media platforms there.
She chose number one. She's always number one.
Period.
On top.
Period. On top.
Yeah, man.
So not miss out. Join me for laugh with your favorite celebrity and social media influencers there.
You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to the first edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, with a stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they're powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Where they bring this edition of the Breakfast Show come to you this Monday morning, Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Today on Monday, the 11th day of August, 2025. And inside this edition of the Breakfast Show this morning, we can look at the issue where we see last week the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Singapore Solomon Thomas, being proposed for a national discussion around the issue of extending the PR system to the executive, where according to Ram, that's go bring power sharing after every election, where it say go reduce the desperation in words, the desperation where politicians and can depend after elections. Immediately after that, about 2 days, where the president self go do in state opening, na Parliament, inside in speech, part of the thing where it been talked about, instead we make mention of this same extension of the PR system to the executive. Well, waiting this mean, forget a power sharing as Salona, that's what they discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and other story them, then are the program for you, plus yourself who they watch you this morning, you get your opinion, you get your thoughts on the topic who they can discuss. Send them to the number +232 74 545, or you can as well text we through we social media comments also they watch we go read una messages them later on inside the program. Well, as you know, today they can look at the proposal where the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Sengepo Solomon Thomas, be make inside last week, where they proposed say they forget a national conversation for them go extend the PR systems of election to the executive. And also, we see His Excellency the President and the state opening of Parliament, he re-emphasize on the same thing where the speaker be make. But we get two studio guests there with we now the studio this morning for can look at the benefits and the advantages or the disadvantages of these particular systems of elections where the president they propose say forget a power sharing system if they use the PR systems of elections. This then say it will promote national cohesion, it go tap the fet we can happen immediately after elections them. But before we can talk to two studio guests them, we can listen to a speech outside the Speaker of Parliament, but they talk about these proposed systems of elections. But quickly, let we just listen to it in the Speaker of Parliament been say.
Constitutional review, I would also add a bit to that. The PR system must be extended to the executive also. The PR system has worked effectively in Parliament. I strongly believe if we can extend that to the executive, then we will not be that desperate when it comes to elections. You know, the winners take all electoral system we have is actually dividing this nation. Because somebody in another political party thinks if we do not win, we are out of it. That person is definitely going to be desperate. But if we have a system where after elections, we divide executive positions based on the percentage attained at the elections, then I think there is a way we can work that out. It is necessary that we have a kind of system of governance that is power sharing at the end of every election. If that happens, this nation will not be desperate. Our citizens will not be desperate. Because at the end of the day, everybody thinks if we go into elections and we do not win, we are out of it for 5 years, for 10 years. And when you threaten a man's existence, then that particular person is going to be extremely desperate. I'm just saying this through for national argument or national conversation. We should be thinking about that. Since it has worked effectively in Parliament, I believe it can also work in the executive. When we come to Parliament, we divide committees. We divide committees by political parties. We have the opposition party taking certain committees. Let's assume these committees were ministries. But we find a way where we craft that in our constitution. They will still be under the control of the president. If you are nominated by your party and appointed by the president and you misbehave, the president can still get rid of you and ask your party to give somebody else. That will bring in some form of control. But we need some kind of power sharing system after every election. Otherwise, the more desperate we become, every time we have an election, we become desperate. At the end of the day, it's not good for national cohesion. I'm just thinking aloud, this is my pinch of salt for national conversation. Yes.
Welcome back. With that's now being the Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Solomon Sengepo Thomas, as we talk in our Parliament on the 5th of August, also make mention of extension of the PR system to the executive, where according to Ramasuna watch the clip, it is suggested if the extension of PR system reach to the executive, the fet week in the after every election no go dey because power sharing go dey that same day. And we see 2 days after that particular statement where the Speaker making a Parliament, where the President said be again state opening speech, That's one panditin and we make mention of also instead they propose for an extension of the PR system to the executive, and that's definitely going to be power sharing after every elections. We make today we can't discuss the issue of power sharing. If that's nothing where salon people go agree for waiting at the advantages and disadvantages of where they bring come. And at the studio this morning, I just want to welcome my studio guest them. Get Honorable Quintin Salia Kone from the SLPP and Parliament. Good morning and welcome to the program, Honorable.
Yeah, good morning and thank you for having me.
And we also get Abdul Karim Kamara Esquire from the All People's Congress APC Party, then communications team. Good morning and welcome to the breakfast show.
It's a pleasure being here. Good morning, my family.
All right, well, this is our studio guest them, but I go start with Honorable Kone as in a member of Parliament, and I guess you've been there at the well where all this discussion don't they come up from the day where the speaker talked about on the 5th of August, when at that time there plenty people hear about power sharing as salon, and also we hear the president self inside in state's opening speech on the 7th of August na Parliament himself make the same proposal. Firstly, let me just hear it from you as a member of Parliament. What do you make up of this proposal?
Okay, thank you very much, Khadija, and to the listeners. I just think, the proposal made by the Speaker of Parliament, except otherwise, but I believe, when we will look at the situations we face as a nation, we look at the current dynamics in terms of what is happening politically. We look at the agitations, you look at all other factors, then everybody will reasonable would tend for really no say that's the best way out for Sierra Leone. Yeah? Because you find out, say, when we get this single system or the winner's take all situation, what is happening, it is either you are in the pond or you are out of the pond. And when somebody knows, say, naturally from history, we know, say, through constitutional means and through democratic means, we see, say, like when a particular party win, it can go up to 10 years, then transition take place. Except for now, like all things say, because of what we are doing, we say the people go give away another third mandate. But normally, what happens when people don't go? The other people then we don't lose. The other political parties we don't lose. I mean, they just settle down and say, we have to wait for 10 years. And that make you find out, say, when the situations they happen, people they become desperate. People they become desperate for able to make sure, say, either they disrupt the process of governance or they try for create spikes along the way, and it they cause so much agitation. And the more reason we are not growing as a nation. I'll tell you for free, they grow at a very slow rate. And that is just because, I mean, even though the constitution is there, but you find out that the political parties, they give more credence to the political party constitutions rather than the ground when the constitution. Because it is explicitly clear that we will pay more allegiance to the national constitution. But what is happening, for most of the cases, people, they pay more respect to the individual political party constitutions rather than the national constitution, where they skew the way of thinking for most people. And so with the proposal of the speaker, let us assume we get a situation like that. The only thing we go there at stake is just about the presidency. But nobody is losing out. There will be no loser in the whole process. And looking at the fragile nature of Sierra Leone, we really need for the think forward. Like for some other countries, agenda. Because that is one strategy. When once countries adopt their strategies, then we get a national agenda. And no matter whether party A, party B, or C they in governance, that national agenda where all political parties don't come together and set. Whether A, B, C, D in governance, they always follow. But what if it don't happen with evidence? When this political party can, what if the other political party, they don't prioritize? When they come, it is stop. It don't matter who said the other political party, they don't in terms of delivery. They just abandon them. Why? Because the political party is not one day in that position for talking, oh, now we own political party for, because that is most of the time the argument. You know, the arguments are so cheap that, oh no, that other political party now will be starting and will not just can't do that. I mean, these are very cheap arguments for when it comes to national development. So you find out say when one party exit, all what they do, no matter which level it be there, in terms of achievement, it is punctuated, it is stagnated, and they take a new one. Just for me appear say no, we'll not copy from within. So we are not thinking nationally as a country. We are thinking like political party members. And the more reason when that suggestion came, I get a second thought. I say yes, we need this as a country. If we must grow, we all get the same disadvantages like some other countries across Africa or the world, like Rwanda. But if you go to Rwanda today, you know they see semblance of war. But yet, in we current debates or discussions, we still they make reference to what the war. I mean, we're supposed to run past that now. So with this proposal, Khadija and Mabel, I think say for every reasonable Sierra Leonean we're supposed to embrace it. Because it gets a lot where they bring to the people of this country.
Honorable Quentin, Una believes say the SLPP believes say Una will continue for the in governance come 2028 elections because Una leader don't talk now Una convention say a one for transition to SLPP government again. Now Una they propose this power sharing systems of governance through the PR system. And the question now is why now the SLPP feels say this system go bring sanity after every elections. Let's take you back to 2023 when are the most contentious elections in this country. Up till now the APC no accept say Una win that election in a free, fair and transparent manner. Why not sentence the whole country be in turmoil, hot waters? Why not the SLPP proposing say, okay, for let peace reign, for let sanity day, let we share power. Call the APC say, Una they in charge of this, let we serve they in charge of this.
Let me just say this. You said don't give the answer. Yeah? You see, ideas not they come in a whole. Ideas not they come in a whole. This is one thing we need to know. Every day you go to bed, every day you wake, you come up with new ideas. Yeah? It is not the case that if we think about that as at that time, we not for don't do it. It is possible after there's so much back and forth. I mean, the realization came. How do we get out of this as a country? But I will tell you for free, if those ideas they talk about now, was the situation, then I will tell you that it is possible. Because one thing about the SLPP and the leadership of the SLPP.
So then they will not be the think straight?
No, you are not saying it will not be the think straight.
Because honorable, then the country be in turmoil, hot water, so many violence, international moral guarantor the need for stepping. So if genuinely now peace the SLPP be want as Una the claim now say, we just listen from the honorable speaker, we say the country tension, nobody no go feel left out. So why then they immediately we suicide the APC flag bearer by then Dr. Samura Kamara up till now he say in the fight for electoral justice.
Khadija, let me tell you, after the 2023, we don't see the lot of spikes we don't occur. Yeah, we don't see it. Will not ever happen. And this was a promise made by Samura Kamara himself prior, well before. So all of those things will be they happen. These were premeditated actions. Because if I'm not going to something and I begin promise, say, if I don't win, this is what I'll do. I'll make the country ungovernable. I mean, it appears premeditated. It is just that the president will get a very peaceful president and backed up with all of his successes way done back. You understand? I mean, it's very peaceful because if there's somebody will be violent right from the beginning. Let me just take you back. Even before he came in 2018, you understand? There were a lot of agitations, aspirations about what he was going to become. People said that he was going to be a dictator. You know, all of those, we had several, funny statements against his personality. But unfortunately for them, when he took up office, he proved them all wrong. And he don't prove to the world, say, he's the most disciplined and most peaceful president okay ever get. Because a lot of things don't come. Wait for make it take some actions. No, it decide for embrace peace. And it's still they talk about national cohesion. So let me just land on this. So with this thing where you talk, say why we don't think as at that time. You cannot broker peace when you did at the peak. Me don't go into contest, I don't win. And the other person say, no, I cannot accept. I cannot accept. Do you think naturally the time when the person they agitate, say no, you not win? Because it was not about power sharing. It was about contesting the credibility of our winning. So naturally, if you just go to that point and say, okay, Lord, win, then naturally to the world it appears as if you don't concede, say what the other person is saying is absolutely true. But I tell you again, as a party and as a government, the reason why all of we put Sierra Leone first before we political party. And this now a novelty, what we say, everybody need for applaud the president for this. Because it's a novelty, nobody ever thought about it. People were all, the past presidents are always ready for go with the hazards, where they go with that particular winner takes all. But again, when you look at the president and the proposal made by the speaker, we look at Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone comes first. And we don't look at her say, this is a contest where they come. And I tell you, say, we are very optimistic, say the SLPP, we clinch the 2028 elections. Again, we know they do them because somebody will be tempted for, so okay, now because they can't exit, now that make they say no. You find us right from the beginning, we are very optimistic, say, we through the ballot, we the win them again. Yeah. So we are not doing it out of selfish means. We they just do them because we say all of these agitations, the November 26, all of that August 10, all of those half spikes will be there along the governance highway of this excellency. We look at and say, okay, how do we move out of this? And that make us say, sharing power, because power sharing, it appears nice as it is, but it goes with several things. And before you talk, say, okay, I want share power, there are certain structures that must be put in place before you go into power sharing. You therefore deal with constitutional reforms. You therefore do with stakeholders consultations. You therefore engage widely different stakeholders.
We will look at the structures.
All of those things.
We will look at the structures then the Honorable Quintin. But quickly before we come to Abdul Karim Kamara Esquire representing the APC, we just want to put a disclaimer to viewers them say Liberty TV can normally reach out to the leadership and then can propose people away for Kaya and discuss the particular topic. So the selection of guests not entirely left away. Odeka now to you, Abdul Karim Esquire. Not a secret against the SLPP within governance. They propose to the APC, the people of Sierra Leone and other political parties then say, then believe say, for avoid all the issues, you just listen to Honorable Quinty, don't make mention of the November 26 school, the August 10, the so many violence then will be happen after 2023 elections. Then they propose, say, come 2028 next elections, and they propose the PR systems of elections, and then they also propose a power sharing. In the words of the speaker, after the election, let nobody not feel left out. Everybody for the on board. From the APC perspective, this proposal coming from the SLPP, within governance at this point, how na first accept or take this proposal?
Good morning, Sierra Leone. And specifically to directly answer this question, I want to talk to Honorable Quintin for making cascade this to the Speaker of Parliament and to the Presidency. That one, the APC is not revengeful, firstly. The APC not believe in tit for tat. And again, the APC want allay una fears. Say, the apprehension we don't gather, that when una the exit, the corridors of power, you are not going to have a befitting exit. It's not the APC. We not believe in that. Simply put, when President Ernest Bai Kromah take over the reins of governance, he left SLPP for continued governance 3 months consecutively. He not chase nobody. He say, I want to see a seamless transition. Nobody will not run after. Not so because una don't play bad tricks them, una feel so una they come out, we get for run after una. We get salon for can carry. We get serious work. This mess, this complete break, una don't break the economy. It's a huge tax. It's a Herculean one. We're not going to left for concentrate on waiting the better Sierra Leoneans. We run after una. It's not, we're not even contemplate as a political party. So that apprehension una get, una feel say, una the left power, we get for run after una. We need to think ourselves. In fact, we the leadership of the party, you know the cross we mind for a second. Again, I don't repeat. When President Nkrumah take over power, he makes sure say he extend an olive branch to even the SLPP say una can work together. So then deny for being ministers. I will call you names. However, we want to tell una say, if the people of this country, don't forget, over the most contentious elections ever in this history, na Salon 2023, we decide for choose peace over rancor. We choose peace over confrontation. We go sit down. Agreement of national unity. We get 8 points. We agree. Resolution 3 say we get tripartite. We don't do tripartite. Forget very good reforms where we believe as the APC that na electoral justice. And amongst these reforms, we all agree for put 80 plus 4 recommendations. And amongst these 8 recommendations, Resolution 78 very instructive, saying that because of this PR system we will embark into in 2023, we get serious floods, we at least don't lead with a wusa with this so at this devastated mood, we they propose say the next general elections, let we go back to the people of this country and choose and ask them this question. Do you want us to continue this same way? Or do you want us to revert to the first past the post system so that everybody, every shade of opinion will matter? And luckily and faithfully, Golokata, as recent as last week, we get a very good meeting. We are in all walks of life. Every organization, paramount chiefs, councillors, politicians, the civil society, all different actors, then come and communicate unequivocally that, hey, wait a second. We in Sierra Leone say, we don't want PR system. What we want, now a first past the post. This don't go clear. It didn't have the records of Sierra Leoneans now. It didn't have the ace of every Sierra Leonean. So for make the Speaker of Parliament, again, he happened for being me on Big Brother, when to come on a bond, yes, of course. But at least he's saying, you don't wishful thinking no more. He's saying, that ain't no more in the think of. Yes, now you don't thoughts that day. But again, I want to tell and say, they are making afraid.
They are the SLPP
to be honest,
here,
we not think of themselves.
Power sharing.
Mama,
the next election.
Mama Mabel, let me say this to you. SLPP know what they don't do. They know how they don't wreck this country. They know how they don't intimidate people. They know how they don't abuse power. So they just feel say when they exit the corridors of power, people will therefore run after them. Bama, Mr. Honorable Quintin, by APC, there's so many things for do. This kind of way when I don't wreck this economy, the Lord force will cancel. That is why we they make them very known to every Sierra Leonean that when we the kind of power, we all they put we hands on deck for let we take this country from these dull drums, this wreckage where SLPP don't stone we into. We don't like this country. We all for come together. Hey, it's not about color. It's not about tribe. It's not about region. Let us come and live Sierra Leone. Lift Sierra Leone above waters.
Apart from the revenge where you say una no get any plan for can revenge, Honorable Quintin, where they making submission earlier, while the SLPP feels say therefore propose these systems of elections when at the PR system and the power sharing system of governance, it takes so many things into consideration. One, it talk about national cohesion, bringing everybody together. Even His Excellency the President, where he make the same proposal during the state opening, he talk about the same things them. And una the APC, so many times, una don't they talk about the division within the country along tribal lines, region, and other things them. The APC not feel say if una accept this proposal where the SLPP they make, it go able for strengthening or bridge the divide within the country?
Of course, let me make this again clear. Waiting Honorable talk now, wallahi, it's completely misleading.
Why?
Firstly, power sharing in no way, nor the cement or foster peaceful coexistence than any other form of system of governance. It's all condition dependent on how the leadership of that particular country wants to have a system of national inclusion. Let me give you an example. With President Kaba, I'm starting from President Kaba, with the first past the post, with no power sharing, Shalo was peaceful. Everybody felt very satisfied. Peace, quiet, decorum, development. President Kroma came. Peace, quiet, development. President Bio in 2018, the same. But because they have realized that, you know what, our hands are swell. Our hands are no longer clean. We have hurt so many people. We have created so many confusion. We have intimidated so many. And now we are asking that we cannot just go like that. Because these guys that are coming, they are very revengeful. No, we are not like that. However, let me address the issue of this PR system. Khadija, please. PR system gets in merit. PR system, it gets in demerits. But in every organization or every system, where the demerits surpass the merits, you know they go by them. But any system you see, the merits outweigh the demerits, it's a tool to use. Therefore, we the people of this country don't communicate, say, the PR system in any form, any shape, or any dimension it can, the people of this country are not ready for it. The people of this country have accepted a first past the post system, which is inclusive, which can foster peaceful coexistence, which is regionally non-sensitive, which is tribally non-sensitive, which is all-inclusive, and which is the democratic best way of representation.
How the APC reach a conclusion for no say power sharing, no go address the issue of national cohesion with the SLPP they propose?
Beautiful, Mama. We APC, na being the majority of Sierra Leoneans that we did. From the recent town hall meeting, the engagements by the tripartite committee, the people of this country have communicated unequivocally that we want a first past the post system, and we resist and we deny any form, any shape, any means you want to have a PR system. We Sierra Leoneans, we don't want it. And don't forget, democracy does not say all Sierra Leoneans. Democracy says the majority. And if the majority have spoken, this is where the APC fits in. We will stand to defend the majority of Sierra Leoneans, and we will make sure that their will, their decisions are regarded and safeguarded. That's our position.
Now bring in Honorable Quintin. We just listened to Abdul Karim representing the APC here. They don't clearly state and say they go resist. And then believe, say, the first past the post, now the popular systems of elections, we Sierra Leonean they used to and in they want. I don't know if the party do any sort of survey for get their responses then the way they claim. Now, una day, na the other end, they make this proposal. APC, now one of the political party them and main opposition, how na go able for get a conversation with them? For let them understand, say, una mean well according to you.
Okay, thank you very much. You see, the topic at hand now really warrants me, brother, for come with the kind of responses we come with. I mean, it clearly showed the people of Sierra Leone, say, what he can say, not something when I premeditated, as Samura did some few years ago. Because how you go can begin to assume that the SLPP is scared of their safety, and that made they propose power sharing. So you find out, say, it really they try for show what they have in mind, or what they don't get in mind as a party. Few weeks ago or so, Honorable AKK back within at the same studio, he also proposed violence. Say, should anything different from what they expect happen, they go bring war. And when you watch me, brother, again, the way they talk, you they still see the same venom. As if this is a preconceived idea they have met as a party, and they don't tell us, say, hey, my lawyer, when you go, this is our stance. And the more reason I tell when I say, people, they give credence to the party constitution more than the national constitution. Because if you really look at serving the people, and most of these people on the side of the APC, where you see they agitate, how many people out there, now the protectorate across the country, where really they look up to politics for their survival? Most people, when they clean, they go to the farms, they go do their farming, the little they get, they go to market, they sell. How much they get direct benefit from all the politicians? So you find out, say, with or without politics, people will always survive. But why all of this agitation where people, they say, oh, the people of this country say, no, it's just a very few. We don't entrench themselves at certain levels and they want for continue for be visible. If we don't read the book, this pedagogy of the oppressed, this is just the same model they are using. I mean, they don't mind the very few of them who don't become prominent. They continue for keep themselves visible. But if I ask me, lawyer, how many times you don't even go in village for consult with people then? How many times you don't go? Anybody they talk about, say, the PR is not the best form of win. You know, one thing, you get for do things, evidence-based things. Within a global world, within a global village, if Mabel and Khadija, they do something very good, there is nothing wrong for me copy the best practice. Because we all they live for growth. If you look at all of the countries that were in the world, how many don't move from this first past the post to PR? Now, very few don't left. And all of the ones that we don't left by this particular first past the post, now British colonized countries. And even that, most of them are moving away. You find that globally, most of the countries are adopting the PR system because it bring inclusivity, it bring cohesion, it bring people to it make even smaller people within the sector get the voice. But if you just say, imagine how many years back.
But Honorable Quentin, these same things the way they talk say now the benefits of the PR. Now the same one again, the SLPP been say before the 2023 elections, when the ECSL proposed through Unana Parliament say they want for amend the Public Elections Act for let them use the PR systems of election for 2023. Una talk. Una be they try for make an argument, talk about national cohesion, make the APC go get seats even aside them where people feel saying at the stronghold of the SLPP. But after the elections and up till now, the reverse of waiting the SLPP be say they happen currently in the country.
The reverse as in one, just pinpoint, then I will respond directly.
For example, bringing everybody together, national cohesion.
Okay, let me just take it from there. You know, in life, there is a demand side and there is a supply side. And you as an individual, you always get right to the demand side. You don't get right to the supply side. If you watch all of the public statements made by His Excellency retired Brigadier Julius Madabio, there is no single statement where they make where not they talk about national cohesion, inclusivity. There is no statement. But let me tell you, if I don't create the space for law come together, then you still resist, say, no, I'm not coming over to you. You don't go force somebody because already the president is willing and always be done willing for actually embrace and bring people together. But the APC, right from that point, they just decide for take the defense and just decided. That could be they talk, say, Pakaba in time be peaceful. Let me just say, if there's any peaceful party in this country, it's SLPP. Because one thing about SLPP, they believe in democracy. If for any reason SLPP don't go into election, they lose, they sit quietly and allow the government of the day for rule without interruptions, but maybe with positive comments. But if we find out, Pakaba won, and we had a whole lot of situations where actually sent her out of his seat, right? We sent her out of his seat for about a year. The same thing happened to President Madabio. But when Pa and Nescan, he had all the time to rule. Without all of them spikes here, what they see so, the August 10th situation. And if I tell you, if you look at what we lost for all of the demonstrations that will happen, we lost as a country over 417 million just for those times that will not be the war. So you find out, say, SLPP, from all indications, SLPP always very peaceful, believe in constitutionality, will believe in democracy. So, let me just learn. So whenever we see, say, elections don't take place, and we don't lose it, but that is not always the case with APC. APC, where they lose, they will always find different ways for comeback. And what we have on floor here, now for dissect the proposal made by the president, dissect the proposal made, and anybody will wish well for this country, not go frown at inclusivity. Waiting at the yardstick, waiting at the parameter where APC the fee say 2028, they are going to win. Waiting at the thing, because APC optimistic, SLPP optimistic, and elections, you know, they determine. I will not talk to you. Remember, you go tell me, say, I'll vote for you. But when you go to the ballot, to the polling station, it's altogether a different thing. So these are just aspirations, yeah, will all they make. But they cannot say outrightly they will win. Then they talk about consultation, the people of, the research principle. What is the research principle they say? For make a decision be taken, or for me a decision becomes valid, it has to be 10% of that population. Minimum of 10%, then you go talk, say that decision is valid. You go call consultation in a small hall, and you say those are the people of Sierra Leone. We don't say they want fast pass the post.
Question say,
right?
Is the SLPP convinced the majority of Sierra Leoneans wants power sharing at this time?
It's a proposal, and we believe, say, the people of this country, they are tired with all of them tear where they happen, because for everyone political instability, it not they only affect the government of the day, it they affect the daily the daily survival of the people of this country. How many times the APC don't do things and it don't stop people from going to their workplaces? It don't stop people from going to do business.
If we are to go into a referendum, majority of Sierra Leoneans will go in for a power sharing.
If what something they call super majority, that is it, because people are tired with this whole thing. And we feel say we need to prioritize Sierra Leone. We really need to put Sierra Leone first before with political parties. And if you watch what is happening, even in Parliament, you get series of walkouts. You find out, say, as the political party direct, say APC for walkout, they walk out. I mean, walking out of Parliament when you feel, say, things are not going right, it's not the best answer. Because
but the SLPP used for walkouts of Parliament.
If we not as frequent as the APC does now, walkouts are part of parliamentary protocols. I'll tell you for free, there's nothing wrong with walkouts.
So why say I'm odd this time?
It is not
where
odd.
Where been in opposition, I said
no, it is not odd. I tell you, say walkouts are part of parliamentary protocols. But the frequency becomes alarming. And let me tell you, if we not to be a responsible government or a responsible party, like as it happened during the APC time, the time them where SLPP they walk out, that is the time that they bring very potent laws and for pass. Yeah, look like the toll gate situation. They feed in wheel. These are all bad laws made. But they say governance is continuity, whether you did or not. Once Parliament don't move the motion, they don't put the question, and it is accepted, the law is passed.
Back to the issue of the power sharing.
Yeah.
If Sierra Leoneans in majority kick against this proposal, waiting for happen.
Then we are a democratic party. Yeah? If Sierra Leoneans kick against it, we can't force it. We can't force it. But waiting we not want, where APC they predetermine what should happen, and even they pose threat to the instability of this country. And you know, I really they wonder when people they sit down, they say, oh, if things don't happen the ways of the APC, we will bring war. Do you know the meaning of war? And I begin to ask question, how old were these guys when we get a civil conflict? Because let me just land on this.
Just a quick
yes.
guide. It go good for let we stay away from that particular statement there, because Honorable AKK not there for defending self.
No, but
whether if you use the word war or for defend the statement where it be the guy for me.
It's okay. But what I think, I mean, there have been a lot of discussions on the social media platform. Myself see. You understand? I see a lot of that.
Now for defending self, what it be mean?
Yeah, but he said that when there was no SLPP to also defend.
Now be a different context to be there.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he said those
But
words.
you're not going to use this.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not doing. Okay, I will move.
Don't stick to the conversation.
I will move away from that.
All right.
So I think, say, for do justice to what you wanna put on floor, we need for the discuss the benefit, because that is a question put. The benefit, because he say emotions, they drift the discussions.
Nobody is being emotional here.
To some. No, well, you can't say.
No.
You don't understand. But let's stick to the point, as we don't say. Yeah. Then my colleague, I still feel here, I get the flosser. You can come. Yeah. Now we talk about how we look at the speaker in proposal. How me feel say the people of Sierra Leone go perceive them. You see, this country does suffer a lot. We are not moving. The presidents are right across. They don't do the level best for move the country. Every president with this country don't ever get made some progress. I'll tell you for free. Every president makes some progress. But just because of this whole concept of feel-good syndrome, saying a million person they day, you know, now that they make it a derail. Even when something is white, people say, no, it's not white, it's gray. Now that is spoiled just because we feel say it has to be our own time. And one thing where they happen with African politics, you know, people just feel say when the young person they in governance, that is the best. If we become critics of the situation, because when you critique, it's quite different from criticizing. Critique, you become objective, you give positive feedback, you give negative feedbacks. Yeah. And with this particular proposal, now, if you watch how we would work in Parliament, when we don't come, it depends on the number of political parties. Like the last Parliament, we had 4 political parties. When would they distribute committees? Would they distribute committees to all political parties present in Parliament at that time? Because of your proportion, you wait where you get a Parliament, we will talk to you, will they give you party 5 committees, and those 5 committees now you don't nominate the people where for be appointed.
Parliamentary
no, they come. It's also they come.
Quintin. Now na parliamentary.
No,
now na parliamentary arrangement. I've been a reporter in Parliament, just so you know.
Let me tell
normally, you. Now na parliamentary arrangement.
This whole thing. Now this one is a part of the proposal. What will they propose as a party? Is a PR. Yeah, I just want to give you a typical example how power sharing they like. Like even right now, we get about 81 members in Parliament. Yeah, APC just get about 50 something. Now, what would they share committees? Will they give APC their own? And then they nominate the people. If anybody misbehave on the side of the APC, the leadership get the right for remove them and ask the party for replace them. So this is the same proposal be advanced for the executive. Now that they talk about, because this whole thing, where they happen, if we they practice in a Parliament, yeah, and we don't say, okay, as a country, that is the best way to go because it bring inclusivity, it bring cohesion, we they disagree for agree, everybody they feel part of the process. Let us assume it was a situation, say, SLPP did, so all the committees and we don't more get time. It was going to bring more turmoil because APC would just, you know, and be followers or listeners or spectators. But because we are not ever a problem with committee work. So now, what did the president and the speaker they propose? If you are the executive, I mean, like personally, if you ask me, I will even suggest this whole aspect of running mate be condemned. If this is my own personal opinion. Yeah? Because when we get with respective presidential flag bearers, as the case may be, we go into national elections. Whosoever with the highest votes becomes the president. Whosoever comes second becomes the vice president. You share either 70-30. That go there in the regulation now. Yeah? You share, and at the end of the day, everybody becomes part of the process. Everybody becomes part of the governance or the operations of the country. Right. And you find out, say, with such, it bring competition, it bring effectiveness, it bring efficiency. Because if you don't get two factions running a particular shape, then you see one faction in young people that they do well. The other person or the other faction will be tempted for actually make sure say itself becomes efficient. Otherwise, it becomes competitive, which is what we want as a country. Positive competition.
Let me just bring in Abdul Karim, representing the All People's Congress APC. Honorable Quinty don't take lots of time. It don't explain waiting then a distant proposal, waiting then the SLPP wants and the benefits. Earlier, you respond say the SLPP the afraid say if una win the next elections, we go be 2028, una they carry with a revenge system where not to dande una focus on. At a party level, una think say this go yield the benefits them where Honorable Quinty don't explain so?
Firstly, I want for again communicate to Sierra Leoneans and make them try for see when APC SLPP they talk, let them deduce sincerity of purpose. Would I really they talk for talk sake and would I they talk we get salona in heart? You see, this issue of coming to these places, you can't talk because you feel like talking. You're not doing the best interest of Sierra Leoneans. Let's talk matters of the heart. Let's talk by putting Sierra Leone first. However, let me say this to Honorable. A question where you post around where a dilly-dally for answer, the issue of all the goodies we didn't talk about in the PR system before 2023 elections. Before 2023 election, we the first past the post, we get 4 political parties in the parliament. We get APC, we get SLPP, we get C4C, we get NGC. We the first past the post. Then talk all of these goodies. It will bring smaller parties into governance. It will bring more inclusivity. It will bring this and that, all over the places. Go to the well of parliament now. When you go to parliament, you only meet 2 parties there. And that's the APC and the SLPP. Who is fooling who? Where is this sincerity of purpose? For me, I always say this. The SLPP gets one thing where they feel say they don't succeed at. Is that they will do the wrong things, they will come sit, max up themselves in a very fashionable way, talk to people, and they feel say they can get away with that. I just want to remind and say, the level of enlightenment in this country don't far exceed the way they really think before. Again, the issue I want to make an address to them. The APC not ever believe in chaos. The APC not ever believe in violence. The APC believe in due process, the rule of law. We believe in peace over discord. We believe in quietness, peaceful coexistence. Now, if you notice the APC, whenever we come on a power, they can always say APC are the grassroots people, the people in a trade at them. Because we believe, say, power is it's not something where you say, me if I not get her, I know you will survive. We will go to the market to sell na abacha. We will go to the Dovco to sell. We'll survive. We'll wait. Quietly, we'll come back. We're not so mean. However, one thing they know they try to understand are the fact that power, not to think where you hold her, you say, na me no more forget her. It should not be like that. Remember, a comment on the issue of the toll gates. It said when SLPP walk out of power, Parliament, now we'll pass the bill for the toll gate. President Bio make all the hue and cry in this country. That when he take over the reins of governance, the first thing we they revisit now the toll gate agreement. We left toll gates, keke they pay 1 million or 5 million. Taxi they pay 2 million, now na 5,000. That's the revisitation. Where is the sincerity of purpose? When you put in Sierra Leone, why are we not sincere to ourselves for a second? We are saying as the APC, and I repeat this, me they talk now for and on behalf of the APC. We the APC say, like how you they say no more say, we say APC will pull we on facts. Well, facts are coming from the people of Sierra Leone. We are asking for consultation. We are asking for an extensive consultation and dialogue. That let us reach out to the lowest of the low, to the remotest part of this country. Let us take the opinion of all.
That they ask for, it don't happen. We see outside the tripartite implementation secretariat headed by Golokata or Hostana the last term.
Correct.
They don't do nationwide consultation.
Correct.
They don't talk to the people. They don't bring the data back. We then get on an all I've been to money conference with even civil society organizations like NEW.
Marcella Samba was there.
Then tell Una waiting the people want.
Beautiful. And this is where the APC gets in seated. This is the beauty of us. For we the APC, we not sound like them and they are. We just they go select them 2, 3, they sit on one room, they say, now this is the data. No. We they make them visible. The people who don't talk clear have been to money. Say, based on the consultation, Marcella Samba say, hey, me, I know they can't talk now for myself. On behalf of the civil society. I mean, I send me 59 points, so. Don't say, we want a first past the post. And we don't want any form, any shape, any kind of manner of PR system. Equally so, traditional leaders, paramount chiefs, local authorities, signal the same, religious leaders, interreligious community. They say, wait, as current as it is now, now parliament, certain communities, they don't get no representation. 2, 3 parliamentarians, they come up from the same community, the same area. Just because they belong to different political parties and they name them in the list and all now they number one. They come out of the same community.
And Honorable Quintin just now AKK, they make mention say the PR system where Salon News in 2023, according to them, don't work best for Parliament. So we made them a propose for let reach to the executive.
God bless
the
you.
APC no say work.
Mama, look this Parliament, now PR system this way they can work na Parliament. Let me give you a joke. Resolution 20 talk about make this same Parliament, I am putting in now on strict proof. This same Parliament for make them compose what we call a parliamentary committee for oversee ECSL. Look and sit down and ask them if they don't conduct that committee. They have not done so. Is this what you call the PR system that is working? Why? Then one for make we get a committee in a Parliament where they check the excesses of ECSL. Because don't forget, this whole rancor, this whole hue and cry, they emanate from that institution within Atawa Hilianda. Because if they are not sincere, they are not independent and transparent, we will not cease this discussion. We will still continue to repeat the same discussions. So therefore, in the recommendation we say, Resolution 20 say, let we get a committee where they check the excesses of ECSL. When Abdul Kagu mentioned Andy, ECSL, right to President committed to them say, it's an independent institution, it should not be checked. But hey, wait a second. Who funds ECSL? It's the government of Australia. They go to Parliament for approval, for budget. Everything they want, funding, everything comes from Parliament. They sit on a Parliament. But if now we they give you money for run your business, but if you say can now, look and check, you say, now so for go, which is best practices, you say no, you know they can't away. Is that the thing that is working?
AKK, sorry, I say honorable. Then we'll come back to the topic. So they discuss
yes, that is
the proposal
yes.
where the SLPP government they make for a power sharing and the PR system
that is working in the well of Parliament.
Yes, then believe say it will work in the well of Parliament.
It is unfortunate, it is not so. That is why I said, let us talk with sincerity and integrity. Let's put our faces on the cross line. Let us don't do these things just because we feel like getting the aura, they say, that man we don't say that, and it's a bit talk that they blue, they turn and white, yellow, they turn and pink. No, me, I'm not sabi talk so. I say things right as they are. This PR system, it's not working. That is why, in fact, when President...
Question I be one for ask you, now this, where ECSL be want for take the Public Elections Act for amendment at Parliament, everybody see the chaos will be happen at Parliament. Exactly. From una members of Parliament them, we say they not agree. They even go as far as going to Supreme Court for interpretation. Una party the APC go na Supreme Court. Una to line una lawyers them. ECSL have been getting you lawyers them. Una make a case. At the end of the day, the court rule in favor of ECSL. Then use this particular PR system. Now, government, they propose the same PR system. If officially the government reach out to una party as opposition, waiting go be una own case where una the put na the table, aside saying the PR system no yield the benefit where SLPP been say it go yield.
God bless you. Thank you, Dija. Firstly, the majority of Sierra Leoneans will go back to Supreme Court. Don't forget this. I'm a lawyer here. It's the same Supreme Court where we make that decision. At this point in time again, we'll go meet them back, say, that decision you made in 2022, leading to 2023 elections, we're here that decision is faulty and has not stood the test of time. Thus, we are here again on the same application that we don't want this system. And again, let me correct this. That the same Supreme Court, yes.
Una party say una not believe, we make una refuse for going to court, where una be the contest the outcome of the 2023 elections. Now this same court, una party be accused say they not give una a fair ruling after we then rule in favor of ECSL. Now this same court again, you say una they go back for go argue say the PR system no yield the benefits.
In an event, SLPP government with all this consultation, with all what has happened in Mintumani, with all the glaring cause that we don't want a PR system, and if they want it again, our first point of call is to exhaust all rules, all avenues that are within the laws of this country. And first point of call will be the court system. So but however,
in our favor,
we'll take the best appropriate means.
Waiting at the best appropriate
it will come when the time reaches.
For clarity's sake, the people are going for
in redress mechanism.
If we're not gonna court, we're not get what you want. Waiting at this next appropriate means.
It will come. It will come by the people. It's the people. Democracy is for the people. It's the majority. The majority will communicate. Firstly, what we want to make very clear.
And last again, we host a member of una party naya from Parliament, Honorable AKK. In being say una go pull una people in a street.
Mama, we cannot exhaust all our arsenals in the public now. What we will say, we have more than enough ways to skinning this cat. However, we will not expose all our know-how. However, I have told you, our first point of call will be, let us exhaust all what is legally available to us. If that fails, the majority of Sierra Leoneans will speak.
Okay, for each points where the country going to referendum, people vote. The majority agrees to they want power sharing. What will be the position of the APC?
In fact, the APC will make the most happiest. For us, it's the majority of Sierra Leone. And for us, we will defend, I repeat this, and let it be on tape. For us, the APC, we will defend the majority of Sierra Leone, the will of the majority of Sierra Leone with our sweat and blood. If that is the position, it will be.
The elections where the APC they anticipate say na una get for win. Likewise, the incumbent the SLPP say they get for win the 2028 elections. If the APC happen not for win the 2028 elections, so now go settle for a power sharing.
Wallahi, if the APC loses, and I will say this for and on behalf of the APC leadership, if the APC loses the 2028 election on a free, fair, and transparent manner, we wholesomely, happily, and graciously accept the results. But however, if the APC realizes that the elections were marred by fraud, they are marred by a skewed process, we will resist it and resist it to the least.
The question not to accepting the results, the issue of power sharing, when I go agree at that time for share power with the SLPP.
No, not talk power sharing yet. Because we reach power sharing, first, let's start the preliminaries. If the people do not agree of PR system, blah, 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 as it goes, if the people of this country don't say we don't accept PR system and we'll get power sharing to be extended to the executive, and if that is the majority of Sierra Leoneans, the APC accepts. If we go back to elections in 2028, and APC, boys are already people that don't say we want power sharing. You remember the first step? We don't accept. We'll go back. APC lost genuinely, sincerely, and transparently will accept again the same power sharing. But if the people say point one, we don't want power sharing, we'll stand by them. And if we go again into the elections, the people say this election is not free, not fair, not credible. And so thus, SLPP say that no, we want power sharing, wallahi, we not go agree.
All right, stop bringing Honorable.
This is clear, we not go agree.
Okay, AKK, they come back to you. Lord, bring in Honorable Quintin. The benefits of the PR, where the SLPP been go all over the country, they talk about. Now, you will get plenty questions presently.
Okay.
During the term when I discuss this PR, the SLPP believes with the PR systems of elections, it will promote inclusion, it will promote fairness, it will even make smaller parties get seats in Parliament, independent candidates them get seats in Parliament. But there's a trick to that one with the high threshold. We make even parties like the C4C, and other independent candidates them not able for go na parliament. So the benefit of inclusion and creating a fair, a level playing field. Now one way gets plenty questions. What's the benefits then they now for this PR?
Okay, thank you very much. Just before I go to that, I really want to encourage my colleague for the consult with colleagues them before they can make statement. Because if you listen on the day where the speaker make that statement, that proposal, we had both APC and SLPP in the chambers. And they be reserved the right for stand and give a disclaimer. Yeah? But the fact that speaker made it and you, if you see if everybody applaud, you understand? Then that shows what in your leadership in parliament they think, maybe they not communicate to them within the office. So it is always good for, me they synchronize.
So does that mean the APC leadership in parliament approve the proposal where the
by
speaker
all implication, because it was done in the chambers and they were there. They be reserved the right for give a disclaimer. So that's a no. The leadership of parliament always gets the eye of the speaker whenever they want to. So if the leader be say no, they stand. And dear Mr. Speaker, yes, we accept to acknowledge your proposal, but we APC will not buy into that. The last time, what happened? That's how they do that Child Rights Act. You don't understand about the clerk in name. When they were uncomfortable, they stood right in the middle of the enactment of that bill. They made their statement known. So if they don't make everybody applaud, which shows technically they support it. So now that make normally, if I may, what is happening. And when you talk about PR, I really want to know what is your level of understanding when it comes to PR. Are they can they go?
No, that now on the side.
They don't make him proposal.
Let we come, let bring you to the question.
I know the question. I know the question. You talk about the benefit. Yeah. But again, there are certain things you need for clear before you go. So I really don't know. Let me tell you, if you read about PR, there are different types of PR, not one. You get different types. The PR itself is a bigger envelope. Yeah. Where you can decide through regulations for adopt the kind PRO you want use. If you watch 202 as a country, we use PR and we see so many smaller parties. You may bring the point. And they say when you know adequately, because I'm not going to say the current PR is up to 100%. We need to be objective. We need to be sincere. We're not going to say it is up to 100%. For anything where they practice for the very first time, there are some lacunas that are along the way. So I feel say, for smoothing out, it's not for us to change the main objective of changing PR. Because we don't see the benefit where PR don't bring to this country. Maybe waiting for adjust with steps there. Now,
the question I ask you, now the benefits them where the SLPP been believe say, the PR system go bring inclusion, bringing smaller parties for get seats. But the catch to it, now the high threshold, will limit them smaller political parties.
Listen, not to SLPP fixed threshold.
Now, ECSL fixed
Thank
threshold.
you. ECSL is an autonomous institution.
Honorable, but this PR system, now to una igona parliament, for let them amend the Public Elections Act, for change the systems of election for that particular electoral cycle day, una been get the opportunity for make and known or for even negotiate. And also, during the intending, the ECSL not just sit on their own and put a threshold. Now in consultation with political parties.
Thank you. You don't give the answer. In consultation...
You shift the blame now to ECSL as if they put higher threshold.
I am not. I just give a disclaimer, say not to SLPP. Parliament not to initiators of laws. They just enact them. People bring their... let me just come. People bring their laws. We look at the laws, the proposal we don't make. And what they debate then things and they, we get all political parties. And just like when you talk about the threshold, all political parties, we are consulted before the threshold was fixed. If they don't fix them in consultation with all political parties, and we don't see, say, that particular threshold may be cause, other smaller parties not for able to come. This is something as a country, we get for say, okay, we want to get the full impact of PR, not really changing it.
Why pushing for an electoral system when not work the first step?
No. It is not about it not working. I tell you to.
But it not yield the benefits.
Khadija,
you know say it not yield the benefits.
No, let me tell you.
It disadvantage smaller parties where we don't already get seats in parliament. See for CBD parliament, NGC BDD. We see independent candidates and be they go na parliament. But with these PR systems of election and the high threshold, it limits them. So if it not work in the area of inclusion, creating a level playing field, why is the SLPP proposing
Khadija,
the same system?
If you allow me for land, maybe you go get the answer. Okay. Yeah? First, what did the law say? When you cannot achieve your objective in totality, you understand, eh? It is not for you to change the objective, but maybe adjust the steps. Yeah? I will tell you, globally, PR is the best practice. Okay, we don't see 2002. When we use PR, we see say smaller parties every day. Small one every day, up to 5, 6. Yeah? Now, we don't use the same PR, we don't see the benefit. But we see say because of maybe the threshold, well, I'm not going to say limit, because see foresee they undo themselves before even elections. They undo themselves. So I will not talk about C4C because all of them went away. So I will not talk about say therefore don't come back, because even when the central are not hold, then everybody they go apart. So let's forget about C4C. Yeah, but what would they say? It is not for us to change the PR, but maybe we'll try for how they adjust the steps within the PR. We realize if they don't get a threshold of 11, point something, we don't see say that limit. Is it enough reason for say, okay, the PR is not working? No. Otherwise, it will be hasty generalization or hasty conclusion. So what we do, as a country, can we sit back and say, okay, we did it in 2002. We realized too many parties came. And it brings inclusivity. It brings cohesion. So can we lower the threshold so that we go able to get smaller parties and for also coming? That could be the best option. Because if you say they change the whole objective, then which means as a country, we're not focused. And I will tell you, we have achieved more as a country under the
So not to the impression this way the speaker, the video we watched earlier, not to this impression it gives there are some elements of this PR we're not working at this current parliament. The impression where it gives, it has worked for parliament, we make it a propose for let it reach to the executive.
Now, let me tell you one thing. There's never 100%. As long as they can.
It not work entirely.
No. Wait for me. There is never 100%. And I will tell you that you can never be absolute in anything.
So the PR system, it not work 100%?
No, it worked. You don't see I don't repeat I say. PR system, I don't give you tangible examples of how will they use them in parliament, how will they get everybody on board. Why you feel say even the leadership of the APC, they're very in tune. You don't understand? It is working for parliament. But we want...
You keep making this statement, and the leadership of the APC not there. It go unfair on them if you can't create an impression as if they're in agreement with what the speaker proposed.
They are in agreement, I'll tell you.
Are you
From
sure?
all indications, let me give you...
Are you sure the leadership of parliament are in agreement?
I am sure.
Because we might call the leader, Honorable Abdul Kabo, way not there now, and you might not there for...
I am sure, Khadija.
Let
me tell you. No, we don't need to forget conversation. We don't need to forget conversation. Parliament, we don't need to know how parliament works. After the speaker, you get the two leaders of the two political parties. Yeah? And it is a law that whenever any leader rise, the speaker forget the floor. Any leader of the two political parties, whenever they rise, the speaker supposed to hear them out. So, waiting on my conclusion when we make, If the speaker don't say that in the open chambers, and we will get both APC and SLPP in the chambers, including their leadership, and the speaker make that who said on scene at the screen here, that they applaud the speaker. You know, you read dissenting views because in chamber, undertones are part of the process.
So is that enough for
no,
you?
No,
for
let me just come. Let me
Honorable,
just come.
Is that enough for you for tell Sierra Leonean then say the leadership of the APC in Parliament are in agreement with the speaker in proposal?
So let me just make this. When I try to understand where they come up from, you don't understand?
I totally understand. So
no,
I just want you.
Let me just tell you, I don't give this scenario. Yeah? The way Parliament works, I go say this slowly so that people read my lips. Speaker made that statement. We all on, when I don't play the video, we don't watch the video. When Speaker make that proposal, which we hear, applaud, hitting off the tables.
So that means
no, they come. Allow me for land.
We not get enough time.
I know. This is what I am saying. If APC leadership dey in a Parliament, SLPP dey, and Speaker don't say that, and they get dissenting view, the leader of APC be reserved the right for stand. Nobody know they stop him.
So because
they be reserved the right for stand and say, Mr. Speaker, we acknowledge your proposal, but for us as APC, we don't buy that view.
So because,
nothing else stop them.
Because the leader of the opposition not stand, that means
that is how Parliament works. Right. And when once decisions, when once these things go, then we accept. Because otherwise, they will not tied, they will not coerced, and they be getting right for stand and say, we APC will not agree to what they propose. You understand? But they not propose, and up till now, there is no press statement, because I know the APC. Whenever they disagree with anything, if they not get the opportunity for making at the chamber, they pull a press statement. They will go to committee room 1 and get a press statement and give a disclaimer. And if up to now, it has been 4 or 5 days, there is no press statement from the APC, there is no statement, technically, it means consent.
From the APC, firstly, the leadership of una party in Parliament don't bring this conversation to the APC executive.
Firstly, before I answer that question, I not intend for school, Mr. Quintin. But however, Parliament get procedure. The statement where Honorable Sengeport, Speaker of Parliament, talk, was it part of the business of the day in a Parliament at that moment? Was it part of it? You remember? Yes, was it part of it?
Let me tell you. Maybe.
No, please wait. It wasn't.
No, but you asked me a question.
No, it wasn't part of it.
No, you asked me a question. No. Every bit of thing.
Please wait.
When they happen at Parliament is part of the business of the day.
Please.
Announcements are part of the business of the day.
Khadija, you've worked in Parliament. You've been a reporter there. You see one thing, the APC is not like that Jack and Jill political party, wherein every putter and Paul will just get up one moment and talk. I was in the well of Parliament when President go for open Parliament for the 3rd session of the 6th Republic. You understand? I was asked to comment on the address of the President. I made it very clear that at this point, we came here to participate in a civic responsibility. Whatever it is to comment on these statements being made by the President, the party will sit and they will tell me what to do. Honorable Abdul Kagbo is not there as Honorable Abdul Kagbo as in an individual capacity. He is there for and on behalf of the All People's Congress Party. He just cannot talk because he feels like talking. And above all, that statement, if you listen what Honorable Solomon Thomas say, he said, this is just my wishful thinking. You understand? Like when somebody just said, this is what I'm opining. It has nothing to do with the business of Parliament of that day. But now that it has now come from him, and again the President in his state opening of Parliament, he don't equally comment on that. Now the party has made its position very clear. That is why I am here to say that particular statement, it's unfortunate. However, we are telling them that we stand with the majority of Sierra Leoneans. That if Sierra Leoneans say we want the PR system to continue and to be extended to the executive, who are we? We are to support. But if the people of this country say at any point in time, we don't want the PR system in any form, any shape or manner, and cannot be extended to the executive, Khadija, Mabel, this is the position of the APC. We will defend this majority of Sierra Leoneans with our sweat and blood. We'll continue to say this, and we are serious about it.
Is it a threat?
It's not a threat. It's a decision we have decided to make, and that will protect Sierra Leoneans in as much as it is the majority.
All right, so we can't take messages, but quickly, coming back to the president's statement on the power sharing, the president will go further for explain how this get for work within with political system. You know how it get for work within a political system, or still need more time for Yeri, from people, from government, for can explain? Because the president in statement, it just make and left and open.
Yeah, I'll tell you, there is no detailed plan as it is. We look at the bigger picture. Yeah, but just before going, please, I just want my colleague, like whenever the next person they make his submission, get for patient. And no matter how bitter it may appear, are always a cooler, no matter whatever pointy they make. But if somebody they talk, you they interrupt. I mean, you're not professional. Yeah, you know, work time, everybody they get in by, and you people have been so good for give the space to everybody. So I go advise my colleague for be patient. I mean, with me, I mean, whatever, it's a debate we are doing. So now the president will propose. You know, normally, you know, they just grab and come say, okay, this is how it's going to work. Yeah? This now the president in thinking. Again, for do a proposal. Again, for send the proposal to the people of this country. That this is what I'm thinking. When I look at them, when I dissect them, and look at them, whether this proposal, they work. You realize, Mr. Begin me, like how speaker be getting your wish, how a one made it power share go. Mr. try for add some other caveat what I talk say they running me. So everybody they think. But at the right time, when the full content go don't come to we, then we can able to see them as a country, we able to look at them, whether this one go be applicable, looking at all of the factors where they are play, the dynamics where they are play. They will be able to look at them as a country, say, okay, this go work or go able to. But I will tell you, and I will still repeat, as a country, the best way out is when we go into PR and when we try for sheer power. So this whole agitation, you find out, say, they feel so much heat from a colleague, the way they talk, you know, and he's talking from his party's point of view, not in the talk right now. So thank you. You understand? Now in party they talk. You don't understand? But what you need for look, you'll find out, say, they are locked in. They are locked in.
Locked in where?
Locked in with their concept. They don't sit down, they don't discuss, they don't close the door. Nothing out of what they don't discuss.
They're ready for resist.
That is what I am saying. You understand? Not to whether they resist. Let me make something clear. What they discuss issues of national development. We get for put the people of the country first before we put ourselves first and with political parties. These are all political parties. When you look at the actual benefit where they come up from, then people here go to the people. Not much is fair.
Honorable.
Yeah.
At this stage, Honorable, the SLPP in any way regrets say now over 7 years into President Bio in tenure, when I realize say power sharing is needed in Sierra Leone.
When it don't ever happen at this country since we are.
I ask if una regret saying and now they realize.
No, listen.
When I not able realize and 7 years down the line.
Accept the
any
fact.
regrets?
No, listen. We accept the fact that it is coming now. You don't understand? In life, anything when a development, nothing is too late. The fact that it is coming now, we believe we have to do it now because you know the sit down, you premeditate like the.
We don't do it in 2018 or 2023.
No, listen, the situation has not been occur because when APC day in governance, they had all of the peaceful ways for rule without interruption. We realize when we don't come, we don't get too many spikes as a result of, the opposition. So we don't realize, okay, if you don't have something, they make something happen. We not go just sit down be going like what the APC do. Then they sit down, they premeditate, they predetermine. As me colleague to you, they see the hit, the venom in them. Say, should anything go contrary to what they think in 2028, should anything go contrary to what they think in 20, they promise aggression.
No,
not to you.
That's not what
with the blood. Yes. When you talk about blood, what comes to mind? No. You they resist?
No.
You don't understand?
No.
But
no,
okay,
please,
okay.
please. I'm seated here.
Not left more doubts. The guy
I'm
will
seated
make
here.
statements
Okay.
there.
I'm seated here.
May I ask you this question again? Yeah? What do you think of the presumption made by my colleague when in making first statement that the SLPP, they fear say they will be chased out? Has there been any situation for law we say, oh, we're afraid from APC not catch chase we are? But he presumed that that is what we are thinking. It was a presumption made by him in front of me. You understand, eh? We will not be the think of her. Because that is what
I said, so that you get
see,
it
I will not
properly.
make this proposal. When
No,
somebody
but I'm
is
seated
making,
here and you're misinforming
no,
the
but
public.
wait, when somebody they make a submission, allow me a land.
No,
If
but
you want
again,
more time,
no, don't so you dey talk, wait and not talk.
no, wait, make
Or
people
if you want
there,
make a
make
talk
people
about it,
there,
talk about
no,
exact.
wait, make people they understand what here they say. You always, the moderators reserve the right for give you space.
No, but if
Yeah?
I'm seated here,
Whenever
and
you
you're
they say
misinformed,
something,
come to you shortly.
whenever you they say something, however hurtful it could be, I be patient. Because what we want to do justice to the people where they view it, so that they can understand exactly what you will say. But if you interject,
All right,
I mean,
Honorable, I think let it just
So-
explain.
let me
Let just
repeat what I
explain
said.
let
the
me make my
context of
submission
him
there,
saying.
Ike. Man, no.
Let me just put
No,
this
wait.
to rest. When
No.
you been say
maybe.
una go use sweat and blood
fine.
for fight for the
Beautiful.
majority. What do you
Beautiful.
mean?
Correct. We are saying, firstly, I say, if the SLPP, listen, there's a conditional clause here, and I hope you understand grammar well. I say, if the SLPP, by any means, they are foreseen, they are apprehensive, or they are thinking that we'll be chasing them, it's not part of our agenda. Does that mean we said
Not to be contention that
that's one? And again, the second point, which you're not able to understand again, what I want to lay bare, that the APC will stand with the majority of Sierra Leoneans, and that we, the APC, our decision rests on the entirety of what the majority of Sierra Leoneans settled for. And if it costs us to defend that will of the majority of Sierra Leoneans, our sweat and our blood we will give.
What does that mean?
It means we'll give them our all to know that indeed they have people who are ready to stand behind them to achieve their goals.
you understand?
No, let me just come. You see,
when a particular statement come from a particular source, 1, 2, consistently, there's some amount of truth. We don't get somebody from the APC where also we don't come here and make the same statement. Now let me come waiting something, I mean, the man he look over emotional somehow. So let me just tell him what he said. One of the statements, what he said so was one of it. What he said so just now. At another point, he say if for any reason them feel say there is some kind of malpractice or the election is being, manned by some irregularities, you understand, they will resist with everything in them. You don't understand? When somebody they talk, I'll pay more attention listening than talking. And you find out I can always jot as they get my points. So if somebody don't say, these are presumptions. If you don't say, if for any reason you not think, oh Lord, if you not think, say, the election, the way they run them, and not consistent with it, the thing, so presumption, more man, dynamic in the
No, that's not what I said again.
This
is always you get it
this
wrong.
is not fair. Not fair to
when the elections
Khadija,
are conducted. Please,
this is really.
No, please.
This
I
is,
said when the elections are conducted, and international observers
this is really,
as well as local observers
this is really
have
not
said
fair.
in their report that this election is not credible as it happened in 2023. We will resist that election.
You don't clarify.
That's what I have said.
You don't clarify.
Mabel,
healthy
good.
conversation.
Khadija,
it's fine.
Honorable Quintin, let me just move
yeah,
now.
Let's
we
go
move.
forward.
But again, they say this again. This is not fair to the people who don't spend
No,
the
it's
time
not fair to yourself.
for the watch we. Because people will understand what is happening. And the proposal before us is a new one. So people really want to understand what thing they happen so that they go to make decision in terms of their contribution. Indeed. But if we make the place rowdy, it is not good.
Not rowdy. It's like
and waiting are also be the feel. You see, he's still doing it.
No, but don't misinform
and
people.
And waiting as if he say, lawyer AKK for them they do. If you say the PR is not the best way or power sharing, I will express it throughout the debate. If they tell the people of this country by now, say, they first pass the post what we want, these are the advantages.
But I've said that.
But if really focus on just saying no,
with no clear justifications of why no. And I also don't give the reasons why I feel say, I don't give one a lot of reasons why I feel say we need power sharing as a country, because we need to minimize, if not eradicate, all of these agitations where they come. And when you look at me, colleague, this is a meeting where they don't hold as a party. And you realize, let me just come, because this is what, this is what he said.
This is why I
that
always
as a party, Khadija Unadena, as a party,
it states a party position.
That is what I'm saying. It don't state as a party, they have met and they have decided. And that is what he is telling us.
You see, Khadija.
So what it me think, this is a new proposal brought up by the speaker. If I say no to you, Khadija, I should be able to give you alternative reasons why if he say this way what they think is the best way. But you can't just say no. You don't understand? So that is one thing we need for now.
The people them, according to them, it's based on data we then get from the national consultation where the secretariat all. The people then prefer the first past the post and then ready for
let me tell you. When I also pose a question, we can forget referendum. Yeah, referendum is a broader way for many people of this country communicate. And when I ask me that question, I tell una say, being a respectful government, being a responsible party, whatever the people of this country say, we always ready for go with the views of the people. Yeah. So what we are saying, my colleague not really need for begin a post threat to the nation. You know, because anybody where they watch, they see say, I mean, you even they go into mood for actually express your position on behalf of your party. And this what they just say, these are just free thinking. It is possible whatever they say is not what the president is thinking. And Ona ask me, is it a full package now or not? I tell Ona say, it's just a proposal. The president now don't propose and they go bring a full package and we go look at us. But in conclusion, Lord, we open our minds to discussions of this nature because people they watch and we allow the people for decide.
Messages where people don't send. The very first one I go look at from the Facebook page, Salute Janjalo, they say, why advocating for a power share in government under the proportional representation system when the SLPP had ruled 2 terms under the current system? Does that mean the SLPP feels the jittery of losing the 2028 elections and so they now want to bring a new method that will see them in governance come 2028 even when they lose the election? Just thinking aloud, no sentiments attached, please.
Ibrahim Kamara from YouTube, they say the PR system will address the idea of opposition and we see ourselves as one, as most people see the word opposition to be against the ruling, be it in good or bad things.
Can Kenneth say 2023 election was never a contentious election? APC just created the sense. They just created the scene. They were not prepared and are not still prepared.
This other one, they say for the past 7 years, the peace we've been experiencing is negative peace, which is we have been experiencing lack of basic amenities, increasing human rights violation and tribal division.
This one from Macmillan Timothy Carter is say power sharing without accountability risk legitimizing flawed elections and setting a dangerous precedent for the future. If SLPP truly believes in democracy, why not start with a transparent electoral audit, institutional reform, and guarantees for future free, fair elections? Are we negotiating political seats or the democratic will of the people? And who truly benefits from this arrangement, the citizens or political elites?
All right, the last one they take from now. This one is from Mohamed Touge say, Liberty TV, please tell the Honorable Quintin that if they are so okay with the power sharing, let this current government start the power sharing now. If not, let it go to rest and sleep in silence.
All right, because of time, the final one I go look at Sita Basse, Honorable, is shifting the blame to ECSL as autonomous institution for the threshold, which disadvantaged smaller parties and independent candidates, and now they are pushing for the same PR.
All right, from them, then they quickly they cancel AKK from the APC, and we'll go end with Honorable Quentin Salia from the SLPP.
Honestly, I want to thank Khadija and Mabel first for giving this opportunity to Sierra Leoneans for making them participate like how then they do so. And equally, I want to tell the people and we take them time for listening to this program. So educative, plenty. Thank you for una sentiments them. But one thing I want to tell una again, make una believe now that the APC ready for stand behind una, the majority of Sierra Leonean. Democracy say the will of the majority. We as a political party don't ready for make sure say the will of the majority makes the decision. Not only the selected few can feel say they can do anything and go scot away. But however, the APC as a political party, we know say Salone belong to we all, irrespective of tribe, religion, region, or wherever it is. We are one Sierra Leone, and this is exactly the core foundations on which the APC believes in. Therefore, we want to make sure, say, we guarantee Sierra Leoneans and say that thing will happen today, 2023. Wallahi, it not they happen again at this country. It not get no base again for Sidom. In fact, it not the Sidom again as Salone. We're ready for make sure, say, Salone are here. The right thing and what they do and waiting the majority of Sierra Leoneans they want. We go team up for them and we go there behind them. We tell them plenty, thank you.
Thank you very much. I respect the views of all texters, and this is what democracy is. Yeah, and I believe we're able to see a broader example of the views of the people. So if you watch the text messages, they're mixed. Different people get their own ideas and things like that. But we go get time for the broader consultation. And waiting me one left for the people of this country. We don't see waiting beyond the cost. We don't see how many lives the world lost as a result of all of the unwarranted conduct because of thirst for power. We don't see all of those things. And all of them things that they happen because people desperately wanted to be in governance. And because the situation was never the case, so people can do different things for make sure, say, they come back. Now we they propose power sharing as the best option for the people of this country. With power sharing, there is no loser. And as I say, as a party, we're very optimistic that the people of this country will go vote in the SLPP back when the time comes. This is not time for politics. And when that time comes, we're go able tell we. And we plan, when we go down get a mantle again, we go create this space again, as we always do through the president, for make sure, say, we make inclusive governance. If they accept otherwise, the APC refuse. But if they so accept, we'll go call them again. But may that be the part of the process for development. Once again, I thank you all, and I appreciate you now for wanna take una time for text. And I also thank Khadija and Mabel for actually giving this platform for many people to actually see the true benefit of waiting power sharing we will bring to the people of this country, rather than the strong negative agitations where they come up from with brothers.
Many thanks. We're not come to the studio this morning. And that's now being Honorable Quintin from the SLPP and also AKK Esquire from the APC. Then just got a handshake. We conclude the program for this morning, and one for so many thanks to una always send una messages in the one that we're not able to read. Apologies, but we go take note of them. And one for say continue for watch Liberty TV throughout the day. We get different content where we did drop for now. Until we meet again, maybe welcome back. So get a good weekend. Goodbye.
All right, continue for watch Liberty TV throughout the day as we get very interesting conversation that will bring Cantona, especially topic that we get for do with public interest. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a good day.
develop city, then clean. All clean city, develop.
This is Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. And today, I want to talk to Freetonians about sanitation. We objective, transform Freetown, transforming lives. We not go able to achieve them if we all not join hands. Freetown City Council get role, but every Freetonian also get responsibility. Let we start first with the fact say FCC with the sweep 110 major streets every single morning from Monday to Saturday. But when we don't sweep the streets, if Freetonians then come and they continue for heap dirty in the street, in order to make the place look fine. Now make we get them litter bins them. The yellow bins we wanna go see around. So when you waka, you drink from your water bottle, your water plastic, you eat your packets on tin. Not even a ground where you done. Make sure say you put on one of them bins then they. That litter bin they, in order for you host dirty. You know mean say if you pack you host dirty, you can pin her next to the bins them. Not to the idea that. Not give you host dirty. To them one way the Allah say clean salon. No say that dirty way they collect now you host. In order for can go now the one of the two official sites. In order can go Kissy Bomber, in order can go King Tom Bomber. It turns so it left on a ground. And now we council get a problem, but you self get a problem because now front somebody else in Domot, your own dirty don't end up. So wait you for do with you host dirty. We get the one then a council when we don't certify, say they're not approved waste providers, then they on tricycles, some of them they not vehicle. You will get host, you will get business, you in a hospital, institution, everybody for make sure say they waste collected by an approved FCC waste collector. We get the tricycle groups, we get the companies, so you go see them around. We engage with them on a regular basis. And wait till we go do now as we come into this new year. Now for make sure say FCC stand behind them for you for no side and day and for let them self go to you so that we no go get that gap. When you eat dirty in a gutter, it end up na Lumley Beach, Toke Beach. All the tourism ambition where we get for the city, we lost that potential there. FCC, they spend boku money pan dirty business. The fuel, the labor, the vehicle maintenance, the spare parts, the night operations, the illegal dump site clearing where we get for the do every now and then. All that boku money. I'm not gonna say we're not gonna spend anything, but we're going to reduce some. If Freetonians then do the right thing. Because we're not gonna get for go clear illegal dump sites. We're not gonna get for sweep as many streets and spend as long. So if we reduce that money we spend now on dirty business, we go able put some on development. We all want for improving municipal schools. We want improve the markets them. We want for let we see new developments at the city. That money we use for dirty business. You and while we all make up with mind. Pay.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.